In this video, we are going to discuss about the concept of admittance parameters. So, admittance is a term which is related to the admittance parameters. So, it is denoted by Y. We know that admittance is the reciprocal of impedance. So in the previous section we saw that the impedance parameters may not exist for a two-port network. So there is a need for the alternative means for expressing some other parameters. So we will be defining admittance parameters in this section. So in case of admittance parameters, we are going to express the terminal currents in terms of terminal voltages. So we are going to express terminal current, that is I, in terms of V. While defining impedance parameters, we defined the vice versa, that is we define the terminal voltage in terms of terminal current. Okay, so here we are going to define terminal current in terms of terminal voltage. Now consider this circuit. This is a linear circuit. We can see that this two-port network has two set of terminals. One side is output port, another side is one side is input port, another side is output port. So here the terminal currents can be expressed in terms of terminal voltage as I1 is equal to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2. Similarly, I2 is equal to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. So this can be expressed in matrix form as matrix I1 I2 is equal to Y11 Y12 Y21 Y22 into V1 and V2. So this matrix Y is known as the admittance parameters, and this has a unit of Siemens. So admittance is the reciprocal of impedance. So the unit of impedance is ohm and the unit of admittance is Siemens. Now how can we derive this values of Y11 and Y12, Y21 and Y22 is we are going to set the value of V1 is equal to 0, either V1 is equal to 0. If V1 is equal to 0, what does it mean? It means that we are short circuiting this terminal, right? Or V2 is equal to 0, or we are short circuiting the output terminal. So either we will be short circuiting the input terminal or short circuiting the output terminal to obtain the Y parameters. Okay, so here you can see that if V1 is equal to 0, what happens? I1 will be equal to Y12 V2. So from that Y12 can be written as I1 by V2. Similarly, substitute V1 is equal to 0 in the second equation. Then we will get Y2 is equal to I2 by V2. If it is the other way around, that is if V2 is equal to 0, then we will get Y11 is equal to I1 by V1. Similarly, Y21 is equal to I2 by V2. I2 by V2. So you can see that the first case here V1 is connected, so V2 is made 0. In the second case I2 is connected, so V1 is made 0. Since the Y parameters are obtained by short circuiting the input or output port, they are called as short circuit admittance parameters. So similar to impedance parameters was found using open circuiting the terminals. So it was called open circuit impedance parameters. Whereas admittance parameters are obtained by short circuiting the terminals. So we call it as short circuit admittance parameters. Okay, now let us define this terminals, that is let us define the admittance parameters Y11, Y12, Y21 and Y22. So Y11 Y is a term related to admittance and Y11 is the input port terminal. So it is Y11 is short circuit input admittance, and similarly Y22 is short circuit output admittance, whereas Y21 and Y12 are again it is called a short circuit transfer admittance. Again, why transfer admittance is because it is related from one port to another port. Now, following equation, we can obtain Y11 and Y21 by connecting a current I1 to port 1 and short circuiting port 2 as shown in figure. So, consider the first figure. So, in this figure, we have connected a current source I1 to the input terminal. Okay, so it means that I1 is present and V1 is present. Okay, and we are short circuiting the other terminal, that is this output terminal. So if short circuiting the terminal means V2 is made 0, but we will have a current I2 flowing in the circuit. So from this we can obtain I1 by V1 will give Y11, and again I2 by V1 will give Y21. Similarly, in the second diagram, you can see that the input port is short circuited, right? So this is short circuited, means V1 is made 0, and the other terminal source is connected. This I2 source is connected. So V2 is present, I2 is available, I1 is available, but V1 is 0. Now Y22 can be obtained by I2 by V2. Similarly, Y12 can be obtained by I1 by V2. That is what is given here, right? So this impedance parameters and admittance parameters are collectively referred to as emittance parameters. It is referred to as emittance parameters. Now similar to impedance parameter, there are two conditions for a reciprocal network. First condition is it should be linear, and the second condition is it should not contain any dependent source. If these two conditions are met, then the transfer admittance will be equal, and that circuit is called as a reciprocal network. Okay, so its reciprocal network is one where the transfer admittances are equal. Okay, so it means Y12 will be equal to Y21. So if the circuit is reciprocal, then this can be equated to this equivalent circuit, which is called as pi equivalent circuit. Only if the circuit is reciprocal, we can use this pi equivalent circuit. So look at this, V1 I1 is available, V2 I2 is available, and here it is Y11 plus Y12. So here it is Y12 plus Y22, and here it is minus of Y12. Now the next case is if the network is not reciprocal, then we will be going to a general equivalent circuit, and this is the general equivalent circuit given here. So again V1 I1 available, V2 I2 available. So here it is Y11, here it is Y22. So here Y12 into V2, here Y21 into V1. So this is the general equivalent circuit. The circuit is reciprocal, we will use pi equivalent circuit for admittance parameters. Now let us discuss this numerical problem. Obtain the Y parameters for the pi network shown. So this is the pi network. So again we can have two methods. One method is the procedure by which we are obtaining the admittance parameters, that is by short circuiting one terminal and connecting the other terminal with a source. So first, to find out Y11 and Y21, what we are going to do is we are going to short circuit this output port and connect a source to this input port. So that is given in this diagram. So here you can see I1 is connected and here it is short circuited. Now look at this diagram. If this terminal is short circuited, it means this will also act as short circuit. Now we have a circuit where this 2 ohm is in parallel with the 4 ohm. So here V1 can be written as 4 ohm and 2 ohm are in parallel. Okay, so this can be written as like this: V1 is equal to I1 into equivalent of the resistances available. So Y11 will be I1 by V1, substituted, will get the value of Y11. Now to obtain Y21, we have to find out what is the current I2, because Y21 is I2 by V1. So this is obtained by finding first current I2, which is found by applying current division. Similarly, for the second side, that is, we have to obtain Y22 and Y12. So for that, what happened is we have short circuit the input terminal and connected a source to the output port. So that is given in this diagram. So again, if this is short circuited, this will also act as short circuit. Now this 2 ohm and 8 ohm are in parallel. So V2 is equal to I2 into 2 ohm parallel with 8 ohm. That is what is given here. So we can obtain Y22. Again, we have to obtain I1. How can we obtain I1? It flows reverse of I2 and it flows across this 2 ohm branch. So apply current division rule. We take it as minus I1 because the direction is opposite. So find out I1. Then Y12 will be equal to I1 by V2. Substitute and find the value. This is one method. Second method is the easiest way. This circuit is a linear circuit and it does not have a dependent source. So this is a reciprocal network. So this can be related to the pi circuit which we saw earlier, that is to this circuit we saw earlier. So equate everything and find out the value of all the admittances.